RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right, where's the button? Hello. Look what's going on. Yes, hello everybody. As you can see, Tarabuster Studios is undergoing renovations, finally. So, how's it looking? How's it sounding? Let me know on the chat. Nice to see you, everybody. It's been a while. Plastic looks good. Yes, I'm going with the plastic. I figured. Just going with the whole middle of renovation look. No, I mean, you guys know I needed to paint this room forever. I've been talking about it, and it's finally happening. And, yeah. I got rid of all those CDs before they looked even more embarrassing. I tried to see if anybody wanted to buy them. Nobody did. There goes my youth right out the window. Well, I put them in the garbage. I didn't throw them out the window. They really weren't worth anything. I was looking it up. Each one was, it was like 70 cents, $1. It was not worth my effort to send them to declutter or whatever the hell that was. So, but it'll be nice when it's nice and painted. And I'm not doing it, so that's good. But so they were here today prepping the walls, and they left this spot here because I said I have to do my show tonight. So because we haven't had a show since last week, and that is because not just because of this. Actually, I haven't been feeling well. I think I was talking to you guys last week about I wasn't feeling well, and yeah, I just don't feel well. I took a COVID test and I'm fine, but I just feel achy and chest problems. So yeah, but I needed to do this show because I can't miss a Friday. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm here. I'm queer. And we have a lot to talk about. So, and before I continue, thank you, patrons, okay? Patreon.com/Tara Devlin. I promise I really need to revamp that Patreon page. Make it worth everyone's while. And I don't even know if the memberships are active on this channel yet. I'm not sure. If they are, you can become a member here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a merch store, so we can do something with the merch. No members yet, but it's active, Jim. It says you can become or join or whatever. Yeah, that's so depressing, right? It's so fucking depressing being a liberal pundit. I don't know. Am I a pundit? No, podcaster. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Kathy, I'm not doing the painting. I hired a couple of guys to do it. So it says not active, meaning that it's not. Oh, so maybe it's not. There are no membership options. All right, thank you, Jim, for telling me. I'll have to look into that. I thought I activated it. Maybe it didn't go through. So I shouldn't get too depressed about it. But I want to thank Charlie from APS Radio News. He is back with a vengeance. And thank you, Charlie, for everything, for your kindness, your kind words. You keep me spiritually sound, so I don't give up hope, all hope. Yeah, when I feel sick, I get depressed. I don't know. It's one of these things. So, yeah, I'm not that depressed, though. I'm just not feeling great. But all right, let's not talk about it, though. So, let's do a show. It's not my therapy session, even though it is a little bit. But we have a lot to talk about. And, of course, yes, with Kamala, there is hope. I do feel it. But let's not get too arrogant or too, confident. Let's be hopeful. Let's be active. But let's not take it for granted. Here's the thing. The Republicans are trying to steal the election, as we know. I don't know if you've been watching Rachel Maddow. She's doing a great job bringing this to light. about what they're doing all over the country. Because before, they were able to, the Republican secretaries of state, some of them who were invited to the coup, they declined to participate in the coup, specifically in Georgia. But there are these election officials in Georgia, and they just passed laws because specifically for this fake ass, this fake ass emergency that Traitor Trump made up when he lost the election, that there was election irregularities going on. So now they made it, instead of this just basically a bureaucratic rubber stamp roll like Mike Pence had on January 6th, these election officials will be able to put a stop on certifying the election. And this is what's going to happen when Trump loses. When Trump loses, and now I'm sure if you watch that filthy press conference the other day with that filthy fascist piece of dirt that walks on two legs for some miraculous reason. I don't know how he does it, but he doesn't have a spine, but he still stands up and walks. It's very, whatever. But he was talking about these, that he won Georgia, and how if he won South Carolina, and he won some other state, and therefore that's just stands to reason that of course he won Georgia. No, he didn't. I don't know how many times you got to tell him, but this is the thing with Republicans. They certainly they address, when it comes to the fake problems that America faces, they snap to it right quickly. As for the actual problems that America faces, the things that we really need to do to come together to make a more perfect union, they'll stand in the way. They want nothing to do with the actual governing of this country, and all they spend their time on is rigging this country so they can shove their undemocratic, small d Democrat, anti-democratic, anti-American agenda down our throats, whether we like it or not. That's who they are, the authoritarians. And they've always been this. In every Republican chest beats the heart of fascism, and we're in it now. And obviously, with the rest of you, I'm happy that it looks like the momentum is on our side. But I don't know. We can't get too confident. Here's the thing, too. I was talking to another friend earlier today, and she was saying, well, could you imagine what they're going to do when they lose the election? It's going to be worse than last time. It will be worse. January 6th will be worse this time over. But good. I said, we'll make more room in prison for them. The most frustrating part of living in this timeline is that the co-conspirator number one seems to be getting away scot-free. And I was actually I was on this conservative Reddit page, as I do, to peruse it sometimes, to look for things to talk about on the show. And it's really, you don't want to go there without a proverbial flashlight and a gun. Ugh. Because it's filled with real, winners. But I was on there. Wait, hold on. Don't even tell me. It's happening again. All right, are we still going? I'm getting like a message right out of the gate. Don't do this to me. Ugh. All right. No, everybody's okay? We're back? All right. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat, actually. Still going? I'm getting messages popping up from YouTube saying that stream is buffering, but I guess it's lying to me. But All right. What was I saying? So I was on the conservative Reddit. Oh, that's just a freak show. All right, in fact, fuck it. Let's just get into it. Where do we begin? There's so many. Okay, where do I even want to begin? Let's start here. And if you, this is the thing that really fucking pisses me off. In fact, I was talking to Robin Kincaid about this. As we were watching, we were kind of simultaneously watching the press conference, Traitor Trump's press conference, even though I couldn't stand it after a while. I had to shut it off because it made me want to puke. I was already feeling like shit. I didn't need another reason to go, throw up. Hold on. We'll be right back. This is Tara Devlin, unapologetic, liberal talk, become a patron, all that. And and you guys know, so I'm as I sit here on my computer, the TV's behind me. I have a mirror here so I can watch the TV without turning around. And when I shut off Traitor Trump's press conference, I couldn't stand it anymore. I was like, I'm sorry, I got to shut it off. I'll watch the clips. I could not bear it. An hour and a half of the same old shtick. The same old whining, which it's fascinating, Doesn't he ever shut the fuck up? What a victim, right? So strong, but what a That's what he. Oh, I strongly said this. I strongly said that. Praising North Korean dictator again. I mean, what a piece of dirt. But yeah, he went on for an hour and a half. Saying nothing but lies. Just a laundry list of the same old fucking victimized, I'm a professional victim lies. But all I could see in the corner of my eye, in my peripheral vision, I wanted to puke. Because it was like this, his fucking accordion hands going. That's all I could see in the corner of my eye with the mirror. He's like, oh, you fucker. Oh. But yeah, he's just a liar. But this is, the Republicans offer nothing. As you could see with the difference between the two campaigns. The Democrats are out there. They're talking about policies. They're talking about what they're going to do for the people of this country, the future, how we're going to, solve our actual problems. And what do the Republicans have in response? She's got a laugh. She laughs. Cackling Kamala. Like stupid pejoratives. Stupid little names. And I was talking to Robin Kincaid because, one of the things that really gets on my nerves, besides everything else, is they're attacking the Harris's vice president pick, Walz, for his military service. And how dare you? How dare they? It's the same old rinse repeat shtick that we've been through over and over. How many times we got to see this movie, this shitty movie that sucks, made by very unoriginal people that have no business being anywhere near power. JD, that's one of the marks of insanity, is that you don't know your limitations. How dare JD Vance, accept the invitation to be the vice president? You really think he's capable? Does he really think he's capable? And the arrogance, the fact that he does accept it and thinks that he could be the freaking vice president, just like Traitor Trump, but he's a sociopath. There's something just inherently damaged in him, which makes it worse. How the morons worship him. I will never understand it. But going after the Walz for his military service, saying stolen valor, this really gets on my nerves, and I'll explain. Well, first let's play the clip of J.D. Vance, it's pathetic This campaign, Traitor Trump is, he's not even campaigning. He used to make fun of Joe Biden, right? Campaigning in his basement, he said. Traitor Trump is lazy. He doesn't want to leave Moron. That's for sure. Wait, hold on. Do I have it? Don't even tell me. I was going to play the clip, but I guess we don't really need this. Let me see. Stolen Valor. It's so irritating. Stolen Valor. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, I can play it off here. I don't have it exported. Same. I'll play it off the screen. Hold on. Do 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 do.
I wonder, Tim Waltz, when were you ever in war? What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq,
Which
and he
is
has not spent a day in a combat zone?
How dare you?
What bothers me about Tim Waltz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not.
How dare
And if he
you?
wants to criticize me for getting an Ivy League education, I'm proud of the fact that my mamaw supported me, that I was able to make something of myself. I'd be
You're a
ashamed if
fucking
I was him and I
grown-ass
lied
man.
about my military service like
He
he did.
didn't lie.
Well, I wonder, Tim
Of
Waltz,
course.
when were you ever... I wonder...
This is what they do. They're trying to swift boat Walz. Because he's an incredible candidate. He is everything that J.D. Vance pretends to be. He is a real, down home kind of guy. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know him until I just getting to know him like many of us. But what I'm seeing, I actually am pretty impressed. And we should be lucky to have a vice president like him. He's not a grifter. He has no real estate. He's not a billionaire. He's somebody that served this country in numerous ways his entire life. In the 90s, he became the what do you call that? The advisor, the faculty or the teacher advisor for the Gay Straight Alliance Club at his high school in the 90s. Blazing a trail, making people feel included, not leaving people behind, because that's all Republicans have. All they have are divisive attacks and ways to keep people apart and who's in, who's out, who should be mocked, everybody should be mocked except them, though, right? Sickening. They have no decency. They have no honor. And the thing is, here's what I really wanted to say. This is what was pissing me off with, and I was talking to Robin Kincaid about this. You want to talk about stolen valor? Here, I got your stolen valor. Right here. I swear I have it. See? That's stolen valor right there. And for those who are listening audio only, it's Traitor Trump giving a salute. If anybody who served, I was in the military, which I'm sure they'd attack my service too. I mean, I was no great fucking warrior, whatever, but I did my part. I showed up. I volunteered. My feet didn't hurt. I did my part. I wanted to help my country. That's the truth. Unlike Traitor Trump, who jumped through a lot of hoops. Not him. I mean, his whole family grifting machine sprung into action when his country called to get him out of it. Find us that shyster doctor to write a letter, to lie and say you got bone spurs. Yeah, that's it. The bone spurs don't seem to stop him from going golfing or anything else. But you want to talk, so this is what really annoys me. Here's the and what really annoys me too is the fact that the corporate media never points this out. Okay? Why do I know that? First of all, anybody who ever served, when there's regulations where you salute, when you do not salute. If you are in active service and you're not in uniform, you do not salute. Okay? You put your hand over your heart. Doesn't matter if you're an active duty service member. If you're not in uniform, if you're in civilian clothing, you don't salute. If you are a civilian, you certainly don't salute. So the fact that this piece of dirt, not only does he salute in civilian clothing, I mean, he thinks because he's the commander-in-chief, which is, or was, I should say. He's not the commander-in-chief anymore. And that's right, Jim. The president is a civilian. And this whole saluting bullshit, it's all this, it's another made-up thing that Fox News got to get, and the Republicans started for the sole reason to bash Barack Obama and bash Democrats if they didn't do something properly. It's like a flag pin on their lapels. Now everybody wears it, but that was something that became a thing with Republicans. You're right. Barack Obama didn't wear his flag pin. Now everybody's got to wear a fucking flag pin. Well, how about your flag pin is in your actions? Why do you need a flag pin? Why don't you act like a patriot? How about that for once? Like, how about you act like you're somebody that likes life, right? You're a culture of life? Show me. Don't tell me. Culture of life. The only thing they they hide behind this bullshit life. They hate life. Nobody left office with more corpses behind him than Traitor Trump. Not even in World War II. With all the wars this country participated in combined, nobody killed more people than Traitor Trump. More Americans than this fucking stolen valor asshole. And here's the other thing. So this whole thing with the president saluting, the reason the military salutes the commander-in-chief as he so far, always he, soon to be she, boards Air Force One or wherever they pass. It's just a show of respect. Okay, but the civilian is not required to return the salute. And in fact, what really pisses me off is that, think about this, and you can look this up. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander of all of the Allied forces that overthrew fascism in Europe, did not salute when he was the president. Because he knew the regulations. He had a respect for the fact that he wasn't a military officer anymore. He was a civilian. And all this bullshit of Traitor Trump salute, and nobody ever says anything. This is what gets on my nerves. Why am I saying this on my little dinky Tarabuster podcast when it should be on the corporate media? This should be something that they inform the American people. It's not everybody's, obligation to know the military regulations, but they should point it out. And they should have pointed it out back then when they were harassing Barack Obama. Oh, he didn't salute properly or whatever the fuck. Like all this bogus bullshit about how you want to talk about honor. Tell that goddamn draft dodging traitor to stop saluting a bunch of traitors, because he salutes traitors. He salutes friggin' North Korean dictators. But they got no problem with that. You want to talk about stolen valor? That's your standard bearer, for Christ's sakes. And the reason I'm bringing it up is that this really, every time I see him salute, it really makes me want to vomit. It really, I don't know. It just infuriates me to the core of my being, because of everything we're talking about now. We should, and that's why, I say, I wish the Democratic Party, the people in the halls of power, would watch this show and listen to this show and take our talking points and get them out there. Tell people to watch the show. Become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin or whatever, Because the mainstream media is not doing its job. They're in fact enabling this nonsense. Because it should have been nullified. It should have been nipped in the bud from the beginning. When the Republicans, you see what we have to endure with these Republicans. It's constant, appeasement to them, or for them, or of them, constantly. We're always having to play their games. When all that, even Barack Obama should have said it. I'm sorry, I'm not in the military. According to regulation, civilians don't salute. Take it, just be honest. But instead, inform the American people. Instead, what happens? They go, they start, I guess we'll have, it's like, I guess we'll have to just, everybody got to put on their flag pins. You got to be apologetic about not already doing the bullshit pantomime that the Republicans expected of them. It's just a game. It's performative. Which is why when they're talking about, they have honor, stolen valor. This fucking dirtbag calls service members losers and suckers. How dare he? And the fact that J.D. Vance, seriously, insults a service member who wore the uniform for 23 years. Command Sergeant Major saying he's stealing valor. Fuck you. Valor. Not only are Republicans stealing valor, they steal decency. They steal democracy. They steal everything that's good about this country. And that, anything good in this country is, it ticks them off. They hate. Good news is bad news to them. It's the truth. If you listen to Harris and you listen to this fucking Traitor Trump, you got, on one hand, everything sucks. We're living in a rat's nest. Maybe he's living in a rat's nest. He is. He's in his mind. His mind is a rat's nest. But I don't know where he fucking lives. There's always this hate and division. And talking about the vice president pick, Walz, with, I don't know, am I saying his name properly? Walz? Saying here we go again. And as fucking J.D. Vance, who is really J.V. Vance, he's not ready for prime time, as all of them are. They are out of their league. That's why that's all they have. are little pejoratives, little bully nonsense. But calling Walz a San Francisco liberal, this is the same old bullshit attacks. But the thing is, who fucking cares? San Francisco is a great place. It's a beautiful city. What's wrong with these people? Why is it always a divisive tactic? Why is it always they gotta divide the country? But you never hear Democrats talking like that, right? You'll never hear Democrats saying, "Oh, I don't want to go to the swamp, the Tennessee swamp." But, San Francisco liberal, there's only one candidate in the race that lived in San Francisco, and that's J.D. Vance, on the dime of a billionaire. I can't. I'm sorry. Coming right out of commercial, here I am cursing. I just, look at this piece of shit. He's saluting a bunch of traitors. Oh, they're being treated so terribly, so horribly. Really? Are you kidding me? I mean, such whiny little bitches. So terrible, so horrible. How? What? Their iPads aren't charging fast enough? It's terrible and horrible? It's so, the whining. This is when they said that Traitor Trump was going to give a victim interview with the FBI about his, the fact that some shrapnel hit him in the ear. I thought, when is he not giving a victim interview? So he's just giving an interview, right? It's another interview. He's giving another interview. What are you talking about? He wants a victim interview? He's a fucking perpetual victim. I've never seen somebody so victimized in his mind. Somebody who is a tax cheat. Somebody who sucks on this government teat like a parasite. And just like a parasite, he sickens the body politic. But this is what he is. And one day, oh my God, that great getting up morning. I'm telling you, it's coming. But and what I mean is that you could feel it too. It's not just me, right? That the thing that I've been saying for years, that one day in the not too distant future, those who cheered Trump, those who supported him, will only speak of it in shamed whispers. That day is coming. I don't know if I could feel it. And it's the whole weird thing. That's a good frame, because it diminishes them. They are evil because they will try to destroy this country, and they're trying it. They're not kidding around. But it also reveals them for the clowns they are. For example, I got to show you something. Actually, I didn't even think of this earlier. I didn't put this on the list. I wonder if I could find this. So JD because last week on the show we played the video of JD Vance sitting on the couch, right? And let me see. And because he was sitting there with his legs open, he looked like it. I don't know what the fuck. It was just weird, right? He's just a weirdo. He looked like a child sitting there with his legs spread. It just did not look presidential, right? These are the same Republicans that freaked out about the brown suit, right? Remember when Barack Obama put his feet on the Resolute desk? They freaked out. He wasn't respectful. All the fake bullshit stories, all the faux rage that we've had to endure these many years from the Republicans. It's so tiresome. God. So AOC, I guess I wasn't the only one, or we weren't the only one who noticed that, the weird couch thing. And AOC tweeted, I'm just trying to find it. A picture of it, and said, "Why are you sitting like that?" And so, of course, the Republicans, I'm just trying to find it because there's so many examples. The Republicans, I was looking at all the comments, and it was a picture of J.D. Vance sitting with his legs open. Why are you sitting like that? And the responses from the Republicans, just the average Joe morons, are they're tweeting back. Here, I'll show you pictures of AOC with her legs open. Okay, where is it? Okay, for a photo shoot. Like, it's so, like, she's sitting on a stage casually. She's not sitting in a couch with her legs open during an interview. She's just sitting there talking to constituents. But the reason I'm bringing it up is that the Republicans, in order to prove they're not weird, spend their entire time, their time retorting what AOC says, searching the web for photos of AOC with her legs open to prove how totally not weird they are. Right? Just how, this is what they got going on. Instead of, they're not out there making the world safe for democracy or anything, but they're because they're really triggered by the weird thing. But don't, they have nothing to say. Really, their entire platform should be, I know you are, but what am I? Right? I don't know. If they're trying to prove that AOC, that it's okay for J.D. Vance to sit there like a 12-year-old with his legs open because they took a photo of AOC sitting on a porch, that where she looked hot, right, and cool, a very cool photo. It's not comparable, but okay, go for it. Prove you're not weird by spending your time. I guess it keeps them off the streets. It stops them from doing more damage, right? If they're and that they spend their time doing this anyway. Scouring the web of photos of AOC with her legs open. That because they can't help it. This is how sick they are. And then some of them were posting, of course, manipulated photos with, porn stars with their legs open with AOC's face on it. Because, that's what you do when you're not weird. When you have things to offer and you're totally not weird, you put photos of a politician on a porn star's body and you post it as a retort to prove how, I don't know, how it's cool that your VP candidate looks like an asshole. It's just pointing it out. All they could say, if they were adults, they could have just said, he looks like a fucking idiot. But they can't take any responsibility. What phrase? What phrase, Play Dave? Play Dave says, Tara, I'm so mad at you. You should have patented that phrase. What phrase? I could be making bank? Wide stance Vance? That's not my phrase. You gotta tell me. Tell me. We fight, we win. That phrase? We stick together, we win. That's. I should patent that. That's our phrase. It's true. It's same. I mean, it's basically. Well, I guess it's the same thing. We fight, we win. But yeah, I mean, whatever. This is what we're up against. The totally not weirdos. Who, I mean, I think if they ever had anything to offer, anything decent or any, rational conversation, rational points of view, I would probably faint. Really. And so here's, let's moving on here. Where am I? Where is it, people? Where am I? Who am I? Become a patron at patreon.com/taradevil. I'm just debating where should we go from here, because I wanted to. You guys know I'm a big animal rights activist, so I wanted to talk about that filthy, disgusting RFK asshole. Oh my God! But let's start here first because it kind of relates. The Republicans are pissed off at Joe Rogan. He seems to endorse RFK Jr., which I find fascinating, his reasoning, because his reasoning is he's the only one who makes sense. Really? And that guy doesn't have to sit around saying, please become a patron, right? God help us. Hold on. This is what, why this country needs help. And, it really should be that somebody like Joe Rogan is sitting in Tarabuster Studios, you know what I mean? If we were living in a rational timeline. And he's saying, please become a patron at patreon.com, right? But here's him explaining his reasoning. But apparently he's kind of backpedaling, saying, I never endorsed him. It's the same thing that happened last week when the murderer Kyle Rittenhouse seemed to have endorsed this. I think he said RFK Jr. as well. And then they all attacked him, and he was like, oh no, I'm totally for Trump. I'm still in the cult. Don't worry, you murderers, monsters, Nazis, we're all here. Don't worry. I would never abandon this fascist death cult. Where else? Well, where the fuck else is he gonna go? All right, here's Joe Rogan.
The only one who's not doing that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
You a fan?
Yeah, it's just what they do.
Fan.
That's politics. They do it on the left. They do it on the right. They gaslight you. They manipulate you. They
Show us how. See, and I'll let him go. I'll let him speak
promote narratives.
What narratives?
And
that
the only one who's
people
not
need
doing
living
that is Robert F.
wages, retirement security, that people shouldn't needlessly die without health care. What narratives? Give us the specifics. Oh, no. Well, we don't get specifics. This is the thing with media in general. And another thing, I mean, not to go back to the J.D. Vance thing, but when I was talking to Robin about this too, it was getting on my nerves with this corporate media because they were playing the clips of J.D. Vance going on about stolen valor. Oh, my God. Excuse me. My God. Live podcasting, and so they were playing clips of him, and he was going on every 5 seconds about the Democrat Party, and how that really makes me want to scream. But not only that they're saying it, but that the corporate media never ever corrects it. They never come back from playing a clip like that and say, And of course, he's deliberately mispronouncing the name of the Democratic Party because Republicans have nothing but schoolyard bully little taunts. And if you want to really talk about unity, this is what's so ironic. Not ironic, but completely expected, I should say, is that the same party in the same breath talking about unity, and we're supposedly after Traitor Trump got shrapnel hit his ear, in the same sentence they'll mispronounce the name of the Democratic Party, and the corporate media just lets it go. They never point it out. It's really irritating. And, it's like, answer me this. If the shoe was on the other foot, if suddenly the Democratic Party, that they brought people on from the Democratic Party that called them the Republican Party, do you think the corporate media would not point it out? You don't think they would stop them mid-sentence and say, excuse me? But it's a complete disrespect. That's what it is. How many times does somebody get to call you outside your name and you not respond to it? Or you're just a doormat? I don't know. What do you guys think? I swear, it really, to me, it feels like these little things, and of course the corporate media is useless. They do nothing. Then they certainly enable it. It's just unbelievable how they would play it without pointing it out. It's almost gotten to the point where they think that's normal. Like, this is the name of the party. It's unreal. But, okay. Here goes, and this fucking guy, Joe Rogan, he's got a massive following. And this is the shit he's talking about. Not JFK, excuse me. RFK Jr. is the only one who makes sense. He's the only one not lying to people. Give me a break. They both do it. Both sides try to sell you a narrative. What's the narrative? What's the nefarious narrative of the left? That people need living wages, middle class should be upwardly mobile, economically vibrant, that billionaires should pay fucking taxes, that there should be no billionaires, that unions built the middle class. What's the narrative that is chaffing your ass? Give us an example. But the way that they just say, this is what the corporate media does too. The mainstream media, they just say things like they'll say, "Oh, people don't like socialism," but give us the elevator speech about socialism. Tell us what they don't like. They like Social Security. They like Medicare. They like, public education. When I was in the military, I certainly liked the VA. I know that those who get the VA now, they love it. What about, GI Bill? What about, what is, and you know what the Republicans say? Well, I paid into Social Security. It's not socialism. Bullshit. That's fucking socialism. Yeah, we pay in. We pay. Everybody pays. Some pay more. Some pay less. Progressive taxation. But we all pay, and then you get services. That's how it fucking works in other countries. But these assholes have been so propagandized by their oppressors, which is so fascinating to me. That somebody like Joe Rogan, talking about, oh, they both sell you, both sides sell you. What are they selling you? He sees the conspiracy theories everywhere, except the fucking ones right in front of his face. Let's continue with... Where is my eCam? Damn it.
Kennedy Jr.
You a fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. Yeah, he's the only one that makes sense to me.
Oh,
He's the only one that he doesn't attack people.
Disgusting.
He attacks
No,
actions
he leaves
and
that...
paid,
He attacks dogs
but
and
he
bears.
started calling him an anti-vaxxer.
He doesn't attack people? What are you talking about?
But-
He fucking brings back polio. He's bringing back measles. He doesn't attack people. He's killing people. You know polio's coming back? How disgraceful is that? What a filthy, vile human being that person is. I know. Joe's worm. He had to... He said it. I'm not saying it. The fucking worm died because it died of starvation. He said it. There wasn't enough of his brain, I guess.
He's much more reasonable and intelligent. I mean, the guy was an
What?
environmental attorney and cleaned up the East River. I mean,
He did it all himself, right? He cleaned it up all by himself. No, he did help. He has a organization, but it was numerous organizations got together. I mean, this is what sucks about him. He didn't, it's like he's like a character on Game of Thrones, but mostly bad.
he's a legitimate guy. You know, before
He's a legitimate guy because he did one fucking good thing.
anybody started calling him an anti-vaxxer, which I thought he was too. I thought he was this
You
nut.
thought he was.
This like conspiracy
Listen to this
theorist
shit.
nut until I read his book. I read The Real Anthony Fauci, and I'm like, what is...
Wow.
How much of this is...
Except the real Anthony Fauci is packed with lies. This is what I find so fascinating about these people. He read The Real Anthony Fauci, and it opened his eyes. But that you gotta feel bad for Anthony Fauci. Here's somebody that gave so much to this country and to the people of this country, and what's the thanks he gets? These filthy lies. A pack of lies by a bunch of morons. He read The Real Anthony Fauci, which has been, of course, debunked. Hold on.
real. Because if it's all real, this is fucking insane, and we live in a world where we're being manipulated
Yeah, you're being
by these health
manipulated.
organizations that are...
Okay. He said in The Real Anthony Fauci, he writes that Anthony Fauci has stock in Moderna. This is a complete fabrication. That what the fuck is the motivation? So what they're saying is that Fauci is spreading these diseases around because he has stock in drug companies, and they want, that's all it's about is money. Meanwhile, the maggots are up Joe Rogan's ass, and now he's backpedaling, apparently, saying that, he didn't, he's not saying he's not voting for Trump. It's fascinating how he's saying there's conspiracy. It's Anthony Fauci wants money. But not Traitor Trump, who is a goddamn traitor, who should be in prison by now. If we were, oh shit. Uh-oh, my computer just froze. Fuckity fuck. I can't even see anybody. Don't do this to me. Great. When I'm sick, too. I need this shit. What time is it? 9:47. Son of a bitch. My computer just froze. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Unbelievable. 947. Wow.